Months of unrest within the Newcastle City and Suburban Cricket Association led to the formation of a rival competition run by the Newcastle District Cricket Association. This week, that new competition, called Suburban Districts, was officially given the go-ahead. The president of the NDCA, Paul Marjoribanks, is excited about the news. Well, I think he is, and he joins us this morning. How are you, Paul?
Going good, Craig. Yourself? And yes, very excited about the news. It's great for the future of Newcastle cricket.
Are you on good terms with the Newcastle City and Suburban competition, or is this a kick in the guts for them?
Good question. We don't have a lot of dialogue anyway. There is still a place for City and Suburban social cricket. I still see a strong future for that association. But on Wednesday night we welcomed 9 new clubs into the Newcastle District Cricket Association, and we've not had any clubs since the 60s when Charlestown, Toronto, I think University maybe joined in that period. So it was an exciting night. It was exciting for the 9 new clubs, and it was great that it was unanimously approved by our existing 12 members who really embrace the concept.
So does that mean there's going to be more first grade sides in the district competition?
No, still 12 full-member NDCA clubs playing the traditional first to fourth grade. This is a brand new competition. There are 9 clubs. These are 9 incorporated cricket clubs that were playing in the City and Suburban. They all come with meeting most of our criteria. They're multiple team clubs. They've all got 4 or 5 sides. They have their own facilities, incorporated structure with a president, secretary, all that sort of thing we require from a club. So they'll be playing in a newly created limited overs only competition. So it'll be numerous grades playing limited overs only one-day cricket.
Why did they decide to come across?
Really, I think they were just frustrated with the governance model that they were working within. And listen, I'd never be critical of another volunteer sporting organisation. I know how time-consuming and the effort raised. But the message we got, I was getting messages during the lockdown, March, April, that there was a lot of discontent from members of the CNS. There was talk of some clubs moving to play in Hunter Valley, potentially Central Coast, even creating another association within Newcastle, which is the last thing we needed. And even worse still, some were going to pull the plug and not play. So there was a fair bit of discontent there. And the message we got was that we needed to maybe have a look at this and see if there was something we could do. And myself and a fellow committee member, Aaron Gray, who has another perspective from me, he's younger, he was a club president, a first grade premier winner. We spoke to a small group and then a larger group, and it's really just come from there.
Paul, the stats are in. We're chatting off air about the decline in amount of people playing cricket, especially in CNS. I think you were saying there was 200 clubs about 10 years ago. Now there was 100 last season. Let's talk about how you get those people back in this Suburban Districts competition. From memory, CNS was 35 overs each. Is there any plans to reduce the size of matches? Because I know some people are time poor on weekends in the busy lives we live outside of COVID times.
Yeah, well, Suburban District is based around your traditional club, so it'll be a mixture of the various one-day offerings. There, in my mind, there is still a very strong space for social or CNS cricket in the town. It was a very innovative association for many years, playing limited overs cricket way before the world found T20 cricket or one-day cricket. So I think they just need to maybe reset and have a bit of a look. Lesser overs, people are more time poor. Midweek cricket, even lesser players, eight-a-side cricket. They need to work closely with New South Wales Cricket's community officers, and I think there's a real untapped market there in people just wanting to maybe play with their mates or play some level of social cricket that is lesser in time.
Is there plans for 2020 matches within this? You were talking limited overs cricket. So is there a plan for some 2020 matches, some longer, 35 over matches in this Suburban Districts comp, or will it all be a standard?
No, all on the table. Where T20 might fit in. Obviously, only got voted in on Wednesday, so it's now really getting down to putting some fat around the bones of how the structure of it looks. It'll definitely be all one-day cricket, but that mix, as you mentioned, between the 35 overs and some T20 as well.
We have Emma Simpkin on the panel as to our other panellists today, Paul. Emma, you got a question down there on cricket?
Well, I just wonder, certainly we're seeing on the Central Coast an exponential growth in the women's game, a lot of interest in women's cricket. Are you seeing a similar sprinkling of junior girls into the senior women in the Newcastle competition as well?
Yeah, Emma, we launched our NDCA women's comp last year, which was just terrific to be part of, and the juniors have now been running girls competitions from very young, 5, 6, and these girls are now starting to get a little bit older from when it started, and then they're going to be filtering into grade cricket. It's a massive growth opportunity, and we'll be certainly focusing on adding to that, and also there's now representative pathways for these girls to represent Newcastle or the Central Coast to play in country competitions. So no, it's exciting to be part of that growth pathway as well.
Is the season going to, well, I suppose it's $1 million question, every sport. At this stage, are you planning to be underway again at the start of the competition in October? Because I would imagine, Paul, cricket would be one sport that would lend itself very well to social distancing because there is a lot of space between fieldsmen, generally.
True, and no body contact normally. So, it does lend itself to that. Obviously, football's having extended seasons, and that's certainly, I support that. They've had a tough winter. So they're extending into October in some of the codes, which is okay with us. We're planning for the best. We're hoping to get first grade underway on that Saturday. I think it's October 11 or whatever it might be. We really expect lower grades, suburban districts, etc., maybe a little bit later in the month. But we're planning for the best, and we hopefully we'll get there. And as you say, it does lend itself to social distancing.
Paul, good to talk to you today. All the very best.
No, terrific, Craig. Thanks, mate. Bye-bye.